All right, so right now we're laying out from beginning right here on the edge. They're rolling out 8 feet of tape for a bottom plate. All right. So we're going to get a rough idea of where that's at. Good. I'm going to hold that right on the tape mark so we're accurate. Go ahead and lock that and leave it. Now he's going to put a piece of tape right where that 8-foot mark is. Perfect. I can rip that off anywhere. Come back, start over. Right above it. Oh, I missed. Perfect. We're still at 0 here. Measure all the way down. Cutting it off with a tape mark right at 8 feet perfectly. All right. So we have a top plate and a bottom plate already marked. I'm going to go ahead and just put a T and a B right there so we know. And we're going to start our layout process. So we said the first step for this one is to find the center. So Henry Spears is going to come up. He's going to mark. Let's start with the blue. Found. We'll do blue again. I think this camera's better. So he's going to mark right at 48 inches. He's going to put a little dash. All right. So that becomes the center mark of that wall. All right. So grab the framing square and set it up. Turn it as a right angle, so it's like this. And line that up perfectly and draw a line.
Just up and down?
Yep, the whole thing.
Okay.
Now because this is a center line, he's immediately going to put a letter C right in the middle of each line. Good, so we know those are center lines. All right. Now, not that he did it wrong, but a lot of times we're going to do it right through, so we know that it cuts through right through the middle of those. All right, now, you should pull that table or not? That's good. Okay, so this becomes the location of the partition. Mr. Burge, you got the smallest 2x4 you can find off the garbage can there? All right, so this becomes the location of where we need to put this partition in. Now, when we have a partition, it is 3 pieces that go together. And all you really need to see is one, so you know for size relationship. So one of them would go like this, right in that center mark. And then there'd be one on this side, and one on this side. Those are the 3 pieces of a partition, okay? Now, what they need to do is they need to figure out how to draw this stud on the bottom plate. Oh, perfect. So yeah, that's our sideways one. That is our regular and our regular. So looking down, there's that U shape we talked about. Our center line runs right through the middle right here. Okay? 1, 2, 3 piece partition. Alright, so now with the blue pen, Henry, why don't you come up and
which one?
You. And measure 1 3/4 to the left and 1 3/4 to the right with the blue pen. Use that blue one. No, 3/4, sorry.
Oh,
1 3/4. Perfect. Now to the other side, you measure 1 3/4 over again. Perfect. I back that off for a second. So you know that this gap is 1 3/4 and that gap is 1 3/4. Ignore that middle line right there. All right, now let me hold that camera right there for me. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and use my square and draw a perfect straight line. And I can kind of cheat and go all the way up to the top with this. Because now I've just identified the spacing I need for that middle stud. It fits perfectly right there. Now, to do this quick, I can come in and I can use this thickness of this square, if it's all lined up, and do another one. Here, and there. Now if I quickly mark this, you'll see I've just shown the two side studs, and they're perfectly in place. I have to show where this one gets cut off. So I'm going to come back to my framing square and I'm going to measure down 1.5 inches. I'm going to measure that all the way across in a straight line using my square. And there's my sideways stud. Same thing down here, 1.5 inches up. Make sure it's a square line. 1.5 inches. Now, in order to show me that you've done this correctly, you need to label these. 1.5. You can label over here 1 3/4, 1 3/4, and 1.5. That way I know they're correct. Then
This camera's not on.
It's just blanked out. Oh no, that's fine. You're gonna put your name on it, and that section's done. All right. So now we're marking the partition. All right, now you guys are gonna try and come down here and mark a corner. So grab the square. All right. So you're at 0. You need to do a sideways stud first. So that's 3.5 inches. I'm sorry, full. Yeah, you're right. He's marking exactly 1.5 inches over. Done. Now he's measuring over 3.5. Perfect. Draw the straight line that way and put your X on it. All right. So, yep, perfect. X there. And he just needs one more for the mirror image right there. One, 2, 3.5. Square edge to the top. Perfect. All right, Henry, you're gonna grab this one. Grab the blue pen. Let's go on the other end. And you're gonna work backwards, doing the same thing.
So
Yep. So this is 0, or the end. So you'll put it right there, and draw a straight line. Even with the tape, there you go. All right, that's his first stud. He's gonna put X's on him.
Put X's here?
Big X.
Okay.
Just slide that out and just put your X there. And there. Now he's gonna measure over 3.5 and make a line.
So just make a line right here?
Well, you have 3.5 inches. So you can go to here and say 1, 2, 3.5. Good?
Sorry, it's kind of a bad line.
That's fine. And then you need to come down exactly 1.5 inches. It's like 6 to 7.5 works fine. 1.5 inches down. Good? And then draw the line back to connect it. All right, do the same thing below. Good. And then up 1.5 inches. And connect it back. All right, let me borrow the pen. So right now, again, we've got 3.5 inches here and 1.5 inches there. I'm gonna put my name so you know I did it right there. Last thing you guys are gonna do is come back and drop in your studs. So we're back at 0. Where's the first mark? Remember the first one? 15 1/4. Good. Make a line, grab the square. That's 15 1/4. Straight line. Good. No, not yet. And then he's going to write on here 15 1/4 in his name. That's how you get graded. 15 1/4. And then just put your initials HS or something. All right. So now we move. Whoops.
There's 2 HSs.
Good point. You both get credit. Okay, move that tape measure down to the line. Right here. Now you guys come back with that and mark all the 16s. Grab a piece of tape in there.
16?
Huh? Grab a piece of tape. 16, make a dot. Just retape that right there. All right.
16s are red.
Red 16. 32, we don't need to mark one. It's in the middle of a partition. We skip it. The red one right there, 48. Good. 64. Good. Nothing's left. We're already at the end of the wall. So last step is to come back with the speed square, or to the framing square, and you lay it on, and you mark, in this case, mark the left side, the right side.
Just the whole line?
Yep. Good. Next one. You're going to mark the left side and then the right side. Nope.
Oh.
Left side, then the right. Always in that order. Good. Next one. Left side, right side. One more. All right, now you put X's on those real quick. He's going to come back and he's going to put a 16 right there, so I know that it's 16 inches on center, his initials. And the last step you guys have to show me is this. You put the tape measure back at 0, and all the 16s should be right in the middle. Red in the middle. That when we skip partition, the red is right in the middle of that stud. The red is right in the middle. That's where you know you did it correctly. If this red mark ends up on the side, it's wrong. That's wrong. It better end up right there in the center. Hence the name 16 on center. So I'd like you to skip down and show me this last one right here, and show me the 80 is on center, and put your initials. That'll be the last slide. All right.